Emmy-nominated Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
You know that feeling you're laughing and crying at the same time?
Weeknights on CBS.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, what are you waiting for?
Call George Sink Injury Lawyers at all nines now.
The sooner you call, the sooner they can help.
George Sink Injury Lawyers has the experience to help you get your money faster. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call all nines.
Getting lost?
High-Tech has specialized in generators for over 30 years.
Quite frankly, they came by and they delivered on everything they promised.
So don't wait for an emergency. Call today for a free consultation and assessment. High-Tech Power Systems Incorporated, locally owned and serving the CSRA since 1986.
Our first alert commitment to you is the power of 5 meteorologists. All the tools, the latest technology, and the first team of 5 meteorologists. News 12's First Alert Weather on your side. The First Alert team, named best in Georgia. Live from Augusta. Breaking news.
Breaking news at the top of the hour. The manhunt continues in Columbia County for multiple forgery suspects. This is a live look from our traffic camera at the active scene off of William Few Parkway and Shamblin Road. Most of the afternoon, we have seen deputies coming and going from the area and blocking traffic at times. You may want to avoid that area as well. You can see the flashing lights there in the background. We are tracking this story at 6. Of course, we'll update you as we learn more. Also developing in the last hour, 2 Richmond County deputies are now in jail after a use of force incident inside the Charles B. Webster Detention Center. The sheriff's office says Johnny Atkinson and Austin Birch have been fired. They say on May 7th of 2022, deputies were called for unruly inmates. After reviewing body cam video and surveillance video, they found the 2 deputies used unnecessary force. Both face several charges, including aggravated assault in violation of oath. Also new tonight, an investigation is underway after possible human remains were near Highland Avenue just hours ago. The sheriff's office says that they were called to the scene just after 11 a.m. this morning. Now, deputies met a land survey crew who said they found possible skeletal remains in the wooded area where they were working. This investigation is currently in the early stages, but if we learn anything, we'll keep you updated. Switching gears to weather now from the Weather Center with First Alert Chief Meteorologist. Thanks, Riley. Neighbors and strangers are rallying behind a mother during an unimaginable time. 10-year-old Tyasia Clifford and 7-year-old Aubrey Williams died in a house fire yesterday morning. Their mother and a 13-year-old made it out alive. Now neighbors are coming together to help. Sydney Hood joining us live in the newsroom now. Sydney.
It's the small things in life most of us take for granted. It's times of tragedy that ultimately bring us together, and that's exactly what's happening here.
Eyes are like windows to the soul. They lost it all. They need everything. If you could see inside Teresia Owen's soul, you could see the house for yourself. It'd be just as torn as the house in front of her. When it's kids, it's different. It's just different. Totally different. It doesn't matter whose kids it are. You're supposed to love all of them.
Love for 7-year-old Aubrey and 10-year-old Tyasia is shown on these letters, hanging on the yellow caution tape in front of the yard they used to play in.
I don't have to know them. It's not about knowing them. It's just about a little girl who needs love and a mom who needs some love.
It's a neighbor reaching out to another neighbor.
I still don't have any idea. I'm opening a boutique next month, so the only thing I could think was go through my inventory, get out as much as I can get out that mom and daughter can use, and try to give her something so that she doesn't have to think about the small stuff.
The stuff most of us take for granted.
But when you lose them, you really wish you had them. Even if it's small, just bringing them dinner, I don't care. I'll do that. I'll cook. If I can get something out of my boutique and it makes their day better, then that's what I'll do.
Teresia says if you want to donate, give, or drop things off to her, you can find her on Facebook or you can call her. She has the sizes and all the needs to help this family push forward.
Thank you for sharing that update with us, Sydney, and our hearts and prayers, all of us here at News 12, go out to that family during this very difficult time. Some sad news to pass along at 6 o'clock. Augusta community leader and former Georgia State Senator Ed Tarver has passed away. Tarver served as U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Georgia, president of the Augusta Tech Board of Directors, and board member of the First Community Bank, as well as University Hospital. His law office confirmed his passing earlier today. Tarver was hospitalized earlier this week in Atlanta. His law office says funeral arrangements have yet to be set. He was 64 years old. For years now, the Laney Walker area has been considered a food desert, but there's hope on the way from a $500,000 donation. But a grocery store isn't a done deal yet. Our Craig Allison joins us live to tell us what we know so far. Craig.
It's been years since a consistent spot was here to provide fresh food, but now progress is already underway to hopefully start building a new grocery store here by next year. A street, a community that's been starved for fresh food.
Gets us further to, delivering on that need that folks have been asking us for years. I shopped at Gurley's when I was a kid with my aunt, my mom, and the family. But the neighbors in the area, they deserve this.
7 years ago, it was the Kroger on 15th Street. And for those that remember, another spot right here on Laney Walker Boulevard.
It won't just be for the people that live in that area. We got several businesses. We got the hospital. We got the medical center. We have the school system. We got the board of health. So everybody could be engaged in having a place that they can pick up food.
Now, a new space is hopefully on its way to reality. Commissioner Jordan Johnson tells us that multiple groups have already expressed interest in taking on bringing a new grocery store here, providing a new hub for neighbors to walk to and for new people to feel welcomed in. And again, Commissioner Francine Scott says that she hopes to have construction start by next year here, and Jordan Johnson hoping to bring it up in commission soon so that project doesn't stall.
Craig Allison there reporting for us. Great news for that community down there in the Laney Walker area. Thanks again, Craig. Well, ice hockey in Augusta is looking more like a done deal than a distant dream. Now that voters approved the funding for a brand new James Brown Arena, the plans are starting to take shape. Oakview, the group who will manage the arena, is working with a company called Zoyer Sports, whose CEO vows to bring ice hockey to Augusta. He sat down with News 12's Laura Warren to explain why they think Augusta is a great fit.
From a sold-out Market Arena in Savannah, Georgia.
How do you sell out an ice hockey game in a place like Savannah, Georgia? And what's the model for that?
Yeah, so honestly, it's just about bringing the community together.
Things are electric.
It's a model they've been able to replicate.
Started a team out in Lake Tahoe with our buddy Tim Tebow as the managing partner over there. Started a team in Allen, Texas with Miles Jack, actually played for the Steelers.
The Jacksonville Icemen.
And now they're planning to bring ice hockey to Augusta next.
No doubt that it's going to be successful here, and we're ready to put our money where our mouths are.
The puck started sliding when voters approved the funds to build a new James Brown Arena. A former Lynx player named John Whitwell really led the charge and captured the attention of Andy Kaufman.
Just seeing the success we've had in other markets that have, quite frankly, haven't been as positioned as well as Augusta, right? Augusta has a base of hockey fans, right, from the days of the Lynx.
The group that will be managing the arena is called Oakview. The Coliseum Authority in charge of building the arena says things are moving in the right direction, and we could see demolition of the old building start mid-July, which puts us closer to seeing a contract in place for ice hockey.
Negotiations would be with them. Of course, they'll have a contract with the owner of the hockey team, and at that point in time, we'll get to see that and review that to make sure it makes sense for the authority and for the city of Augusta.
Once we're within about 2 years or so of being able to drop the puck for opening night in the schedule, we basically claim an expansion membership in the ECHL, and we come to town and we make everyone here proud and celebrate with you guys.
Exciting news for Augusta, and Andy says they take a community-first approach, and Augusta will have a say in naming the team, and this will be an NHL-affiliated franchise as well. Well, ready to check out nature's waterfalls, scenic views, and more. One Tank Trip returns next on News 12 at 6 o'clock. Riley?
Well, our weekend forecast does start off dry, but we are going to end it with some rain, and then if first alert is in effect Monday, we'll have that full forecast next. Time and to start off next week. Once we get past Monday afternoon, we're back to dry weather next Tuesday, and temperatures looking to feel pretty good most of next week.
All right, thanks, Riley. North Georgia and Tallulah Gorge State Park are so popular they had more than 1 million visitors last year, so our Will Volk had to check it out in this week's One Tank Trip.
The gorge was pretty special.
You don't get views like this everywhere. That is why Aaron Hajidakis wanted to come here.
We're one of the largest canyons east of the Mississippi River. Back in the day, a lot of people referred to the gorge as the Niagara of the South.
She works at this state park built around Tallulah Gorge. Inside the multi-story visitor center, you can learn all about the area's history and animals you can find there. They also have a movie theater. Here, it's showing a clip from the 70s of someone walking across on a tightrope.
I would never do that, but I mean, I think it's really cool that it has been done.
An old tower used to hold up that tightrope is still there. Down nearly 1,000 feet to the bottom of the gorge, there are 6 waterfalls. You can see this one up close.
Suspension bridge over a waterfall is really cool.
If you do go all the way down, though, remember, you have to come back up. Hundreds of stairs.
Our famous staircase trail, which is 1,099 staircase steps.
At Tallulah Gorge, there's a lot to see.
Why would you not want to come visit?
In Tallulah Falls, Will Volk on your side.
And the park also has camping areas. Later in the year, they will offer permits to use a climbing wall and go swimming on a sliding rock down the gorge as well. Looks like a lot of fun there. Great views as well. A $10 million investment is teaching your students real-life skills. We see the JA Discovery Center in action coming up next.
First Alert Radar, powered by Jim Hudson Automotive Group.
It's time for Weinberger's famous Made in America sale.
Save up to 50% off on the finest quality American-made brands like Smith Brothers, Stickley, Winesburg, Yahtzee, and more. Plus, get 20% off Made in America mattresses by Kingsdown.
Customize or choose from in-stock items. Save on bedroom, dining room, sofas, chairs, and home office.
Can you save up to 50% off on all of our American-made collections?
Yes, you can. Hi, guys.
95 cents this Valentine's Day. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
The JA Discovery Center of the CSRA is open for Richmond and Columbia County students. It's part of a statewide program where middle schoolers can learn business and real-world finance. Students learn how to run a business and manage their finances and other real-life skills. Our Nick Veland shows us the center in action.
Students taking it all in.
My experience was good. Working with Georgia Power, being able to work in these buildings that replicate jobs.
150 middle school students from Richmond and Columbia County use this area daily. They learn 20 lessons at school about resumes, interviews, and different job opportunities.
Learning how to be adults and how to live in an economy and be a productive citizen.
A $10 million investment between Richmond and Columbia counties, helping students learn right at home.
You're kind of transformed when you walk in. You're kind of like in a little miniature CSRA. We have elements that reflect both Richmond and Columbia County. We want the kids to be able to walk in and to see their community reflected in this space.
Organized chaos gets underway when the 6th graders look to buy and sell their products, taking their job positions and marketing techniques and putting it all together at the end of the day.
I had a sign and I lifted it up and people started coming. They were interested to buy it.
All with help from volunteers.
And to see them work together and go from that kind of quiet, shy, in a shell scenario to being outward and very excited and engaged was important and fun to see.
Having kids leave with a smile.
Yeah, I had fun.
It's good times while learning about essential skills for the rest of their lives.
That kids don't get that exposure, and so they're sort of behind the 8 ball when it comes to financial literacy. So to be able to engage with them in 6th and 7th grade, teach them about not only banking and finance, but just life skills in general is hugely important.
At the JA Center, Nick Veland on your side.
And this center will continue to see students from Richmond and Columbia County. They hope to soon be able to expand. If you're interested in volunteering, we'll have more information on our website, wrdw.com.
On your sideline.
The
The GIAA has been growing over the past several years, and in addition to fulfilling his role as vice president, Stan Whitlock is using his background in pro football to help high school athletes get closer to reaching their goals. The South Carolina native is a former professional kicker, spending time in the NFL with the Dallas Cowboys and the Chicago Bears. In the next chapter of his football life, Whitlock won Kicker of the Year during his time playing in the Arena Football League right around down the road in Atlanta for the Georgia Force. When it comes to the discipline and structure he uses throughout his daily life, Whitlock says he learned a lot from his time in the Dallas Cowboys locker room, being around some of the best to ever do it.
To sit in a locker room and to be on the field with Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith, Charles Haley, Michael Irvin, Moose Johnson, Jay Novacek, that just remarkable what was the leadership that was in that locker room.
With Deion Sanders, too, to be a fly on the wall in the Cowboys locker room during the 90s, you just imagine. I highly recommend you watch our full interview with Stan Whitlock on our website, wrdw.com. After last night's chaotic finish between Fox Creek and Strom Thurmond, the Preds and the Rebs are tied atop the Class 2A Region 3 standings with identical 7-1 records. This means these two talented teams will go at it one final time to decide a region champion. That winner-go-home tiebreaker is tonight at Silver Bluff High School. The opening tip is underway as we speak, and I'll have those highlights for you with the post-game reaction and everything else tonight at 11.
All right, thanks, Dan. Croffles have officially made it to the CSRA. Harlem Java House gave News 12 a sneak peek of a new creation here. It's a waffle made from croissant dough and covered in delicious toppings. The owners say the croffle craze started in Korea, then made its way to New York and Atlanta. They were so inspired that they had to bring it here.
One thing my wife and I value is trying new things and then doing things with the community. Bringing things to the community, and I just know that the area, especially Harlem, they don't have a lot of food items here, so we were just really excited to try new things, and it's amazing that we could do that in the cafe.
This officially hits the menu at Harlem Java House Sunday and will stay on the menu. They are open from 8 to 4 o'clock. Stick with us. We'll have a look at your final forecast coming up after a short break.
Everything you deserve.
Call attorney John Foy and Associates today.
All right, welcome back. Here's a look at our weekend forecast. It is going to be pretty warm for February. We're going to wake up near 50 tomorrow morning, and highs will reach the 70s. Cloudy and mostly dry tomorrow, but the rain chances will be going up on Sunday, especially around lunchtime into the afternoon, and staying pretty warm temperature-wise for Sunday as well. It's going to be Monday. We do bring back the chance for some severe weather, so we have put out a first alert for Monday in anticipation of that. Looks like some storms could go strong to severe. Main concern is going to be strong damaging winds, but possibly even tornadoes. So make sure you're staying updated on the forecast through the weekend. First alert Monday, but we're back to sunshine Tuesday. Going to be a little bit breezy then, but looking to be mostly dry a lot of next week, and temperatures fairly seasonal.
All right, thanks, Riley. Stick with us. We'll have more news, weather, and sports coming up on News 26 at 7 o'clock.
At the CBS Evening News, we focus on solutions, finding solutions to help people understand what are the right choices to make for you and your family.
Answers to your legal